Hello everybody, Morten from Inkish here. We are at the Book the Future event with Meccanotecnica in Bergamo in Italy. And I am going to talk to Joanne, who is very soon going to move to the US.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Good to see you too. Joanne, originally from Poland. Then now 10 years in Italy.
Yes, exactly. 11 years in Italy and 10 with Meccanotecnica.
Yeah.
I started in technical office in research development. I followed the digital projects, the Universe Web and the Serial. Right now I am in the after sales and taking care of pre-sales and after sales mostly for American customers.
And now you have taken the big step to move to America and
Yes.
support.
That's coming
Yeah.
in some.
When are you moving?
That's yet to be defined.
Okay.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
not okay. But I mean the experience you have from both like one of the very big countries when it comes to print and binding in Europe, like Poland, now being with one of the most important manufacturers, and now moving to the market where I guess expectations are high, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm quite excited, and it's a really good opportunity for us, for our machines, for our workflow. So yeah, maybe we can talk a bit about the workflow.
Okay, so now you're the journalist. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wanted to go there, but that's fine. Yeah, but
sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So let's talk about workflow as you suggest, because I mean that is, I mean, every time you come into a printing company or to an event like this, the first thing you see is obviously the machines. But without workflow and software, these would not work very well, right?
Exactly. So my first project, the Universe Web, it was our first step actually on the roll to book. So we had to learn how to do the imposition, how to actually, all the barcodes, dynamic barcodes, how to make the book complete, how to do the sequence of it. After that, we moved to the bindery, so how to validate what you print, that the book comes correctly. And with the digital line that we have behind us, which is the serial and trimming, on that, you need complete workflow. So from the roll till the final book, till the finished book. And yeah, it's been a journey. And there's a lot underneath, more than you actually see.
I'm sure about that. One of the things that I find, of course, also a challenge is that when we have books of one, it's one of the things that is obvious is that you can never be 100% sure what size you're going to produce. And therefore, I guess that everything from grain direction to how to impose in order to maximize the paper without having all these problems. I mean, what is the thing? Because that's one of the unfortunate things I see in digital is that often people print wrong grain direction and the binding, of course, therefore also becomes a little bit challenged. Can you control those kind of things at all?
Well, what we are doing is we provide best practice that are tailored to the customer, exactly for that line. We help them optimize how to divide the jobs, because sometimes, in case of book of one, it's better to group them in one way or another. Sometimes it might sound weird, but it's even better to leave them a little more random. So it really depends on how the machines are configured, what is the layout, and of course, what are the jobs that the customer is printing.
And because I mean, I'm sorry that I'm sticking to the grain direction. It's more like, Meccanotecnica has always been known for the Smithsonian books, and when you have that, you always expect the highest quality, which you have always ensured. But now, in books of one, you have less options to pre-control everything before it gets into the machine, right? I mean, you can have the thickness of the paper, obviously, and the different, let's say, types of substrates, whether it's coated or uncoated paper, all those kind of features. But when you have a book, I mean, if it's a small book, sometimes you have a lot of waste or you have wrong grain direction, right?
Yeah, so to avoid having that, of course, you need to have a software that is helping you with that. But the machines are also equipped with all the automated like with the thickness gauge and with the cameras to check the barcode, so they can detect if there is any issue that has been made during the print or during the processing. Yeah. Like if an operator loads the book in the opposite direction, if it's a manual loading, then.
Yeah.
You know.
So after sales, obviously, when the machines are sold and people need help, but workflow is also sometimes that is very often important before you buy a machine, right?
It's both, before, during, and after. I would say.
Precisely,
So yeah, we start getting in touch with the customers before the sale to discuss all the details of the workflow. But very often, they also, the customer already may have some system existing. They try to integrate it, and they call afterwards. So we help them also after.
But you also see a tendency in the workflow automation system today that you have, like, for example, Ultimate Bindery, where basically it's a third-party software that manage some of the production, right? How do you see that?
Yeah, we collaborate with some software houses that provide the software for imposition, for validation of the jobs, and well, we are completely open, and any system can be used. However, we have some long-standing collaborations with some companies. You know, nowadays JDF, XML, all these can be applied, and well, we're happy to help with that.
So when you talk about the software that is running in the workflow here, does that mean that Meccanotecnica is also, let's say, a provider of software front ends, or is it mainly the software inside the machines?
It's kind of both. Okay, we have the software inside the machines, but for example, in the United States, we are working with Ultimate Technographics. They provide a very good software for the imposition, and we recently announced this nice collaboration. I've known them since very long time. So they have already drivers for our machines.
Who was that?
Ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What I just asked. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, they have. The reason why I was asking, because I think that I think also it's interesting because in the digital world, you often buy a lot of printing devices, and all of them have a RIP, right? But it's a RIP that is specific for each printer. Today, there is a tendency that you want to have a more unified system where you have fewer suppliers, just to cut costs, but also to make sure that you have a more coherent workflow, right? Is that also, I mean, you need to be interested in these kind of things, right?
Yes, that is a challenge also because, as you say, if a customer has different equipment from different manufacturers, they need to somehow integrate it to one system, and sometimes it might be challenging.
So in your role in the US, where you are also on both after sales and pre-sales, do you expect a lot of challenges because it's a market that is in many ways different from Europe?
It is. It's. I would say the lines are more automated from what I've seen recently. We already we have few customers who have completely automated lines, and they have different software providers. So that's there's that. It's also opportunity for us to see the differences on different softwares, how they work. I think in Europe it's mostly the help is asked rather by the smaller printing houses, where they maybe start dealing with the barcode. They are at the beginning of the journey. While in the United States, I see it's more complete automated lines.
So integrate into APIs and basically build workflows specific to applications, right? Okay.
Exactly.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
It will be exciting,
right? It was
right?
a pleasure.
That's good, yeah.